Do you have a history of being codependent in your romantic relationships? Are you struggling to manifest love? Well, today we are going to talk about 3 reasons why codependency is bad for manifestation. So stay tuned. Hi, guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to Aligned TV. I see your messages, you guys. I see them all the time. People are always like, I really like this person. Why aren't they choosing me? Why aren't they dating me? Why aren't they texting me back? Why don't they like me? Etc. etc. And usually I get these questions because somebody is trying to manifest this specific person into their life. So anytime I get a question about manifesting a specific person, I'm already like, okay, we need to slow it down here just for a moment. Because if you've ever watched any of my stuff or read any of my stuff, you know I usually don't recommend you doing this. One of the reasons why is because the people that want to do it are usually codependent. And I'm saying that with all the love in my heart because I was also a codependent person. I have suffered from limerence. I have done all the things that I am talking about. So that is why it is so important for me to share this information with you, because I just want to save you from the struggle. And I want to teach you a different way of looking at yourself and looking at your love life that is going to be so much healthier in the long run. Reason number 1 why codependency is bad for manifestation, it's because you're giving your power away. Most of the time when I see somebody trying to manifest a specific person, they have this story in their mind that this is the perfect person for me, and I can only be happy if I can somehow convince this person to like me back or love me back or choose me above everybody else. So right away, I hope you see what the problem is here. This way of thinking is telling you that this person is so important. They are so much more important than me. And all I can do is my very best to try to force them to like me. But of course, you can see this problem on the outside. This is a magical way of thinking that is completely unhealthy because number 1, there is no one person for you. There is no one true soulmate. There is no twin flame. I have other videos to talk about that if you want to go watch those. And number 2, you are telling yourself a lie. You are telling yourself the story that if this person doesn't like me back or doesn't choose me or doesn't text me or whatever the case might be, that I am somehow broken or I cannot be happy or I am not worthy. And that is the problem with this storyline. I can tell you right now that your worthiness has not changed. From the moment you were born until the moment that you die, you are a lovable person. You are a worthy person. And this person, whoever that might be, choosing you does not make you more lovable or more worthy. The very fact that you are choosing to buy into this kind of logic shows me that there is something wrong. Like, you should not be thinking like this. You should not be putting this person on a pedestal. You should not be believing that this one person is so much more important than you. They're just a person. They're just a guy. They're just a girl. They might be good for you or they might not be. And if you are not in a relationship with them yet, you probably don't know whether or not they are actually good for you. Maybe you are thinking about somebody in your past. You probably broke up for a reason then, and I'm going to guess that that reason is still valid. Whoever this person is that you are idolizing and telling yourself the story that I cannot be happy unless this person loves me, you got to start rewriting the story because this is completely false. And you are giving this person way too much power over your life, and that is a completely unhealthy way to start a relationship, and it is also a power imbalance. You know the big manifestation quote, I don't chase, I attract? Well, this kind of obsessive thinking is the very opposite of that. You are trying to force, you are trying to make somebody choose you because you don't believe in your own ability to attract. And I mean, not just physically attract, but magnetically, energetically attract. Reason number 2 why codependency is bad for your manifestation. Because you don't feel good enough as you are. We already touched on this a bit, but I want to dive into it a little bit more. When you get these thoughts like, I need this person in my life, this person can't break up with me, this person has to text me back, this person has to choose me, whatever, you are telling yourself that I can only feel good about myself if I'm with this person. I can only feel worthy if I'm in a relationship. I can only feel worthy if someone chooses me. So I know for us women, we are taught from a very young age that being romantically chosen is your number one goal in life. But I am here to tell you that life is a beautiful tapestry. And yeah, romantic love can be an amazing thing. But being in the wrong romantic partnership is its own kind of hell. It does not make your problems disappear. It does not make your life completely perfect. It does not solve anything. Actually, being in a relationship just switches out one set of problems for another set of problems. But there is nothing inherently better about one set of problems versus the other set of problems. Basically, there's nothing wrong with you being single, and there's nothing wrong with you at all. Let's go back to the worthiness thing. You were born worthy. You were born lovable. This person choosing you has no bearing over any of that. I know you can get trapped in this mindset of thinking that you're going to go crazy, you're going to lose it if this person doesn't like you back, but I really want you to start to work on what the true problem is here, and that is believing that you are enough, believing that you are worthy, believing that you can energetically and magnetically attract the right people into your life without having to force it. So I'm not saying you should never manifest romantic love, but I always want you to come to manifesting relationships from this place of wholeness and worthiness. Like, I am an amazing person. My life is amazing. I don't need to be fixed. I'm not trying to entertain myself, or I'm not choosing somebody because I'm bored or because I need somebody to lift up my spirits. It's because I have an amazing life, and having a partner to help enjoy that life will just make things better. See, that is a healthy way to approach relationships, not thinking that you need to be chosen or chosen by this specific person in order to be happy. You are enough, my dear. It's time to start believing it. Reason number 3 why codependency is bad for manifestation. Codependency keeps you stuck in toxic relationships for way longer than you should. And this is a part that I can speak to extensively. I have been there. I have been that person who thought I would just get into a romantic relationship and it was going to last my whole entire life. And if I gave up on it, that meant something bad about me. Surprise, surprise. This way of thinking kept me stuck in relationships that were long past the sell-by date. It kept me stuck in situations that were toxic because I held on to this belief that if I just tried a little harder or stuck it out a little bit longer, that things were going to magically change. And maybe there are things I could have done better in those past relationships to fix some of the problems. But I can tell you that most of the time when I look backwards on these moments in my life, I really wish that I had hit the eject button a lot sooner. I just was keeping myself in this toxic situation, the situation that maybe started out okay, but was no longer working for me. I was afraid to admit what the problem was, and I was also afraid of starting again or admitting to the world that this was not working out. So again, I completely come to this with love and acceptance in my heart because I have been there. I really wish that someone could go back in time and tell that younger version of me, when you know it is over, just go. It's going to be okay. I know no one wants to go through the breakup or the divorce, but trust me, what is waiting for you on the other side is always better. It is that codependent mindset of thinking that you have to stay, you have to try, that this relationship really has to work out, or I'm a failure somehow. That kind of codependent thinking is going to keep you stuck. And when you are stuck in the wrong relationship, you cannot manifest the right relationship. That is exactly why it is bad for manifesting. Over the long term, it's even worse for your manifestations because if you stay in that toxic situation, you might start to internalize some of the issues that you're having. For example, I got blamed a lot for some of the issues I was having in a certain relationship, and I stayed there for a long time. So it was really a lot of work for me to undo that and realize this stuff was not really my fault. When you are in this toxic situation, it can make a long-term problem for how you see yourself. So the sooner that you get out, the better. The sooner you can go back to a healthy mindset, even if you are quote unquote alone, the better that will be for your happiness and your future ability to manifest. So what did you think, my friends? Today, we're only scratching the surface of this very deep topic. But if you are this person who has codependent patterns, if you have been in these toxic relationships or situationships for too long, and if you are trying to manifest that specific person to text you back, ask you out, whatever the case may be, I really hope that this has been eye-opening and empowers you to take back your power. You are an attractive, magnetic being. Please never let anything or anyone let you forget that fact, okay? Just don't forget it. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button or the like button. I would super appreciate that. If you are watching this on Spotify, leave me a review because I really would appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching. Happy manifesting, friend.